Welcome to the Dakar. After the rest day, time for stage 8 from Salta to Belém, where the real Dakar will start.
It's true what Loisan says, the competitors have been waiting for this. We get our first day of sand and Gonçalves starts to feel the pace. And with the sand are sure to come more spectacular images to add into the great historical archives of the Dakar. Dangers have lurked all through the first week of the Dakar, and crashes can come out of nowhere, as Matthias Walkner found. And that leaves Toby Price flying the factory flag alone.
We've still just got to have a lot of luck go our way, and we've still got to make our own choices. My confidence is good, my navigating's been going well, and but as I say, there's still a really long way to go.
Rookie Antoine Mio won his first stage of the Dakar, and that's when the dreaming starts. We've done the easiest bit of the Dakar, I think. Of course, I dream of the podium, but it's going to be hard. I've got to be calm every day to make sure nothing bad happens. Honda are relying on Gonçalves to deliver the goods. Big pressure for Speedy. Right now, we've got to be a bit careful, because the times are more or less the same. After a tough week at the top, I'm really satisfied with how I'm doing. But with Benavides back on home turf, the challenge to Gonçalves could come not from KTM, but his own teammate. Another split stage today back in Argentina for the bikes. Tricky navigation will give way to the spectacular challenge of the dunes and sand. We're off to Belém. Before 7 AM, the top riders were lined up and preparing to start the first part of the special, but the beauty, the Prix d'Or liaison, hadn't been lost on them. Really, it's truly majestic. It's the most beautiful place I've gone through in Argentina. It's beautiful because on the other side it's really green, then you go over the mountain, and on the other side it's desert. It looks kind of like Mexico. It's superb. Of course, we have a stage to run, and spectacular countryside can be a distraction for the riders. They've got to get their heads back in the game. This is the last week for the Dakar, and it's really going to be more difficult because there'll be lots of navigation, lots of sand, lots of stones, and it's going to be hot. Well, I'll do the best I can. Today was a very particular test for Antoine Meo. His win on stage 7 gave him the first run at the 393 kilometers of today, and his first go at navigating, totally unsighted. Not the easiest thing to do. We've not seen much of the Sherco pairing in the last few days, but Alain Duclos and Juan Pedrero started the day 9th and 10th overall. Duclos had an Iritrack problem that he stopped for, but he'll get his repair time back and will just graze the top 10 today and stay inside it overall. while his big teammate Pedrero, who dwarfs the Sherco, was riding free and easy after a day's rest. 9th today, 9th overall. Fighting with him, Gerard Fares is trying for his best Dakar finish, or to at least match his 7th place from 2012. To do that, he needs to overhaul Held Rodriguez. 5 minutes separate them at the start of the day. At the finish, that gap had spread by another minute. Stefan Svitko, what a rally he's having. After only one race with this bike in the last 4 months, he's shown remarkable consistency. 3rd overall at the start of the day, the affable Slovakian started a lowly 9th, but rose to 4th to keep his hands on 3rd place. Just behind in the standings is Pablo Quintanilla on the lone Husqvarna. Today we started to get into the sort of terrain that the Chilean loves to ride. Silky smooth as ever, Quintanilla is desperate for a maiden podium and feels it getting closer. And with the special split into 2 parts, there were 2 chances to gain or lose time. The big changes came in part 2. Back on home soil, we saw the best of Benavides again, until we hit the low dunes. Pushing hard as always, but when the sand arrived, he took a wrong turn in search of a waypoint. It cost him an extra 2 minutes, allowing Quintanilla to best his time. Disappointment at the end of the day for Benavides. Luckily, I was riding with Antoine Mio and managed to find the trails again and get going. At the same time, it was so hot. The sand was really slippery and difficult, but it was good. The day's big winner, that's Toby Price. Starting 5th, the Australian didn't really gain time until the start of the 2nd part. Then he began slowly but surely to extend his day's lead. Then, in the dunes, the time gap exploded from 2 to 5 minutes. Price is the new rally leader overall. Gonçalves saw his time at the top come to an end today, but not without a scrap on the challenging stage. Right to the last, he held the gap to Price, but disaster struck, almost within sight of home.
I crash. I have lucky to don't have any injury. The bike only broke a little the tower, and at the end I need to be more slower to fix the tower with the hand, to don't cut the cables, to try arrive how best is possible. The marathon is only tomorrow, so I'm a lucky guy.
Confirmation of the results then today. Price gets it by 5 minutes and 17 seconds. Quintanilla in 3rd, 2 minutes ahead of Stefan Svitko. Kevin Benavides rounding out the top 5, just 4 seconds behind Svitko. And Toby Price now has the overall lead, 2 minutes to the good, ahead of Paulo Gonçalves. Svitko holding on in 3rd.